Have you pre-ordered the Canon R5c? Are you thinking of ordering the Canon R5c? Well, this video is going to be of interest to you. Canon Japan has sent Canon Australia a correspondence, and in that correspondence there's many interesting things, but there's a directive to Canon Australia telling them to pull the Canon R5c from store shelves. This is very interesting. Let me read you one other remark that was included in that correspondence. I'd like to reassure you that there are no health and safety issues with the camera. However, we want to ensure that the product is of the highest standard from a quality perspective. Yeah, sure, that's it. Yeah, really. So if that was the case, when the R5 was released, immediately after all the discussion, all the issues with the overheating, they would have pulled it from store shelves, right? At least in Australia. Yeah, this is interesting. Well, it's good to know. It's good to know that, well, there's no risk to you in terms of your health or your safety. Now, Canon Rumors does go on to speculate that maybe the problem could be in manufacturing or somewhere else. I'm still, well, it doesn't quite pass the sniff test for me yet. Just Canon Australia got this correspondence? You see, when this first came out, it was much earlier on in the day, and I didn't report on it right away because I was waiting to see what else might happen with this story. And I did just get a new computer, and I spent a part of the afternoon setting that up. But still, there's been no change on this story. Have you heard anything about Canon Japan, Canon Canada, Canon USA, Canon UK, anywhere else in the world? Have you heard, have you been told as a retailer, somebody working in a retailer, that we're to pull the Canon R5c from store shelves? We'll just have to wait and see if that is actually confirmed, but I also kind of wondered, like, why? Why would they pull it from store shelves? If there's nothing to do with health and safety, could there be a problem with the manufacturing process? Could they have noticed a defect this late in the game that, well, you know how accountants are. They look at the problem, they look at the cost of fixing it, they look at potential lawsuits, and then they figure, maybe we should do a recall. Because this isn't in customers' hands yet, because it's being released in April, they have a few more options. But we'll just have to wait and see. I'm really curious about this one myself. It's kind of a strange one. As soon as I know more about this, I'll put out another video. I'll let you know. If we get confirmation from other regions within the world, that'll be interesting. Now, it could be, there might be, I really don't know. I'm just speculating. And you know what? I'm not going to go down that road. And now I want to go a little bit behind the scenes. As I put out a video earlier today, I did pick up the Mac Studio M1 Ultra. It has 64 gigabytes of RAM. It's quite a beast of a machine. And I only picked the 1 terabyte version because, well, I've got so much storage and I use my external storage. I haven't had a chance to do a lot of testing. In fact, I haven't even edited yet. Well, if all goes well, this video will be edited on the new machine. The reason being that I haven't really used it yet is I'm still installing software, I'm installing drivers, I'm installing plugins, I'm setting up the control panel, making sure the trackpad works the way I like it to, getting the screen brightness, you know, all that stuff that you really want to get set up properly. And of course, I'm having to bring over my presets from my older Mac, from Final Cut, over into the new Mac. And, you know, it's just taking a little bit longer than expected. But I did do one test, and it's a very interesting test. I've been working on a new film this year, not something that you guys will see, but it's around 21 minutes long. It's shot on the R5. It's shot, I would say at this point, 95% is shot 8K oversampled 4K 10-bit 422 Canon Log 3. I have various different effects. I would say each clip has at least 6 effects added to it, and that includes color grading, includes a lot. On this MacBook Air, it would take about 21 minutes to fully export. On the new M1 Ultra Mac Studio, 10 minutes and 5 seconds. So definitely an improvement by a huge factor. But this is 4K. I want to test 8K soon. Hopefully I'll get a chance to test it this weekend. I am trying to take a bit of a break this weekend and relax. And I want to get the Mac Studio properly set up, completely configured right, so that way when I start doing tests and I start comparing things, I'm doing apples to apples. I know, no matter what I do, it's going to be an apples to apples comparison. You know what I mean, though. But It is interesting. I do like it. Well, of course, it's new, it's shiny, but the performance, I'm already noticing it. Single core, I don't really notice it as much because the MacBook Air already has pretty good single core performance. But there's a lot that I have to do. One thing I do notice, despite its hefty weight, as other reviewers have said, if you put an SD card in or if you try to remove a port or something, you wouldn't try to remove a port. If you try to remove a cable from a plug, it will move it. So I probably need to put some feet on the bottom of it. The kind of stuff you put on furniture to, well, stop it from sliding around, or if it does slide around so it doesn't scratch up the floor. I just want to give you a little bit of a preliminary feedback on what I'm noticing with this computer, but more will come out later. And I was planning on doing a live stream tonight, but you know what? I decided to do this video instead, and it's been a long day. I've been driving all over the Greater Toronto area. I just came back from rehab, so I'm going to start to feel really stiff and sore in a little bit. So I want to sit back, relax, and maybe, just maybe, enjoy just a whiff of 18-year-old scotch. I hope you guys have yourself a great weekend. If you have any questions at all regarding this new Mac and you want me to test it, let me know in the description or in the comment section down below, and I'll add it to the list of things that I'm going to test out. It's pretty exciting, though. It's nice to use some new tools, but I'm really hoping to see that it's going to be a huge time improvement. And what I can see already with one particular project, with an awful lot of edits, with an awful lot of clips, with an awful lot of effects, it has already cut the time down by just over half, which is really, really nice. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.